Ian and Colleen Hodges enjoy their life on their acreage near Dalmeny, Saskatchewan. Even though Ian has a full-time job, which involves a fair bit of travel, he's been able to continue his long-time interest in raising birds, especially ducks. They have a land base of 10 acres and have been living here for about 10 years.
Previously to that, we were in the Okanagan Valley in BC. I've been raising birds probably for about 30, almost 35 years. Always waterfowl. Always enjoyed working with them. They're easy to keep.
One of the prominent breeds in the Hodges operation is the Khaki Campbell, a prolific British breed. Of course, khaki refers to their main color.
They're an egg-laying breed. One of the best, actually. They've produced world records in the past. Again, they lay a smaller egg, but they're very, very efficient. They're fairly reasonable to feed, and great layers.
The Khaki Campbell is one of the ancestors of this breed, known as the Welsh Harlequin. These are prolific layers as well, but they're also known for their bright color. At the time of our mid-April visit, Hodges was regularly visiting these and all of the rest of his ducks.
They've been inside for most of the winter because of the weather, so I just like to do a visual check to make sure there's no issues, no problems.
This breed is the Muscovy, which is very different from many other duck breeds. Hodges has some that are mostly white and others that are mainly black.
These are actually a South American tree duck. They're not related to the mallard at all, where the other breeds that we looked at a little while ago are all related to the mallard. So their incubation period's a little long, about 35 days. They lay a little harder shelled egg. The males have extremely sharp claws, so you got to be careful. And they don't have oil on their feathers like the other breeds. So believe it or not, these birds can actually drown if they get waterlogged and can't get out of a pool or an area.
Probably the most unusual body type among the duck breeds at the Hodges operation is this tall, thin Indian runner. Since they are significantly smaller than most of the other breeds, Hodges gives them some special attention.
We separate them from the rest of the flock just because some of the bigger birds will, over the course of the winter, pick on them a little more, and they don't have a lot of meat. They're only about 3.5 pounds in weight. So when we do that, when we keep them together as a flock, they're fine. We've had no issues.
Hodges has another rare British breed known as the Ancona duck. He used to keep more popular domestic breeds, but these days Hodges is focused on helping to preserve rare breeds and promoting interest among other breeders.
Privately, we sell them for $100 a pair for the rare breeds off the farm. When you take them to the sales, it can vary.
He says in many cases, people who are allergic to chicken eggs can eat duck eggs. They were selling for $5 per dozen at the time of our visit, and total production was close to 3 dozen per day.
They've been outside now for a few weeks, and once they get out, production does start to peak. So they're laying quite well. My wife is involved with the farmers market in Saskatoon, and we put eggs in the store there. When we do get more eggs, she'll even have a small booth there, and we have information pamphlets that we give out to customers that are interested about reading about our farm and where the birds come from and how we feed and treat them.
During the growing season, the ducks spend most of their time outside eating grass and bugs, but they also get a prepared ration, which is adjusted according to the changing seasons.
Generally over the winter, we feed 1/3 laying ration, 1/3 whole wheat, and 1/3 oats. We go a little heavier right now in the lay season. We probably go 2/3 with a layer. They are on free range though, so they do consume a lot of bugs and grass. Once the grass starts growing, probably almost half their diet would be grass and bugs.
Hodges finds that ducks do quite well in the often harsh prairie climate as long as he gives them shelter in the winter. This unheated building was utilized as a granary in the past, but Hodges has converted it into a valuable winter housing facility.
And we renovated it. Works great. It's very sturdy, windproof, so the birds spend basically from about the end of October to beginning of April in here. At that point, then we separate the breeding stock into their breeding pens. We do have individual pens set up here for that, but most of the time we just do most of the breeding outside where they have exercise areas as well.
Hodges told us ducks are easy to get along with if you start working with them when they're about a day old, and they provide a number of other on-farm benefits as well.
They're very people-friendly. They make great pets. We like them, like I said earlier, because we want to help preserve some of the breeds. But they are great. They can be used on ponds to help clean up some of the ponds, as long as you don't overstock them. We have sheep now. When we were in BC, we had a problem with liver flukes. With a ram we had purchased out of Alberta. With the ducks, they consume snails, so they help to eliminate or control liver flukes. So they work well with other livestock.
After moving from British Columbia to Saskatchewan, Hodges has been pleasantly surprised by the strength of the demand for ducks and duck eggs. At this point, he's not selling duck meat, but hopes to have a slaughtering facility lined up sometime in the near future.